Bonjour from the dazzling French Riviera. Today we're boarding a train in Nice, bound for one of the world's smallest countries with just one train station, Monaco. Let's go and see what makes this tiny country so unique and uncover the scenic gems along the way. Come with us today as we go to Monaco, baby. We're starting our trip today at Nice-Ville, the main station in the capital of the Côte d'Azur. This station opened way back in 1867 and I think you'll agree it still holds on to that Belle Époque charm. There's no need to book ahead. The TER regional trains run frequently and cost just a few euros. They run from early in the morning through to late at night, so it doesn't matter what time of day you go in, you will always find a train. However, what I will say, and as you can see from the video today, these trains become incredibly busy. On both our train there and back, we were standing pretty much the whole way. The line we're riding on today is the Marseille to Ventimiglia railway. Opened in 1868, at the time it was a marvel of engineering, and actually it still is today. It's one of Europe's most scenic train rides, and in just 25 minutes we'll glide through postcard perfect towns like Villefranche-sur-Mer, Beaulieu-sur-Mer and SNCF. The line hugs the coast and includes over 100 tunnels and viaducts. Now I must confess before everyone calls me out in the comments below that the title might be just a little bit of a lie. There is one other country in the world that just has one rail station, the Vatican City, but that runs just one passenger service a week, and so I'm not going to count that. Previously, Monaco had two train stations. Monaco station in the east and Monte-Carlo station in the west, but real estate is highly sought after in the principality, and so a decision was made to build one large station underground. This saved space up top for apartments for the millionaires, and so since 1999 we're left with Monaco-Monte-Carlo station that we see today. Just like that, we arrive underground. Yep, Monte-Carlo Monaco station is carved directly into the hillside. We were here today though to watch the Formula E, the world's only fully electric racing series and something I've been following since season 1. And whilst I've been to a couple of races, I've never been to Monaco. So for a fraction of the cost of F1 tickets, I was able to watch qualifying and the race from a grandstand, looking out over the gorgeous harbour of Port Hercule. Just before the race started, we were treated to a parade of classic and new sports cars. And then the warm-up lap, and it was go, go, go. For anyone that follows Formula E, you'll know that usually the races at Monaco absolutely pop. Today's sadly didn't. However, this was still such a beautiful location and it was such a great experience. Tip for you though, there's a little Carrefour just by the gate that serves insanely good food for a fraction of the track prices. So pop down there, load up in the supermarket and take it into the track. Much better than buying in track.
The winner's trophy presented by His Serene Highness Kier Kazaragi. First place, Oliver Roland. Presented by His Serene Highness.
After the race finished and before the track opened for the evening, we decided to do some sightseeing. Monaco is pure glitz and glamour, high-rise apartments and high-end shops. Interestingly though, it hasn't always been this way. In the 19th century, Monaco was actually broke. It was the Monte-Carlo casino that was built, which we're going to visit a little bit later in the video, that actually turned things around and brought the world's wealthy to come and visit. Interesting or fun fact is that the citizens of Monaco can't actually gamble in the casino. The area we're walking around here is known as Monaco 1, a shopping centre only 5 or so years old, a place with modern architecture that contrasts but also complements the nearby casino and other historical buildings. Unusually for Monaco, this has been developed as a pedestrian-friendly area with huge wide avenues between the rows and rows of shops that I don't think I'll ever have any business in entering. Lining the avenues are palm trees and beautifully kept flowers. Between the incredibly tall towers, you do still get the odd sneak peek of the Alps in the background. Beautiful. And you're only a moment's walk away from slipping back into sun-kissed historical buildings, including the Hermitage Monte Carlo Hotel, a 5-star establishment where a room will easily set you back the best part of a grand a night. And here we are in the Plaster Casino, or Casino Square for those who are racing fans, standing in front of Monaco's answer to bankruptcy. Princess Caroline had a bold idea: build a casino and invite the world's elite to play, and well, the rest is history. That's one bet that did pay off. Unapologetically over the top, you can't really come to Monaco and not visit here. You can't film inside the casino sadly, but even just from outside you know it's magnificent. Flanking the square you've also got the landmarks of the Café de Paris and the Hotel de Paris. That's where 007 stays when he's in the Principality, don't you know? But of course the main reason you come to Casino Square? To look at the beautiful cars, including this Citroën Ami, with ropes for doors. Let's hope this one makes it round the hairpin. And then we headed down to the Fairmont Hotel for the obligatory photo on the hairpin. I can't even describe the feeling of setting foot on the track at the hairpin and seeing it in real life. For a lifelong F1 and motorsports fan, this was like touching the Holy Grail. And it was so crazy to think that just a few hours before this same ground had cars racing on it. And now it was just back to being a road. Quick nip to the very posh toilets in the Fairmont Hotel itself. and we continued our walk around the track, knowing that an icon was coming up. Walking through the tunnel was a surreal moment, although I will say it feels a lot less sparkly than you think it will be based on the TV, but then I guess it's ultimately a road tunnel, so it's going to be full of soot. As we emerged from the tunnel before we headed down to the Nouvelle Chicane, we had a quick look at the rather impressive yacht club and some of the boats in the harbour. At this point I sent a photo off to the kids and told them I'd sold the house and bought a yacht instead. Oh, how I wish that was true. And then at the bottom of the hill, another surreal moment for me as I stood on the apex of the Nouvelle Chicane, and I really got an appreciation for how tight this track is. Following the track further round, we passed our grandstand and on towards the swimming pool and Rascasse. Now, bars were spilling out onto the track with people eating and drinking, and that carry on through the night. Before we headed out onto the start-finish straight, we saw the damage created to the barrier, or the advertising, when just hours before Da Costa had crashed out at Anthony Nogues.
Da wird's eng für Da Costa. Ja, aber
So Hannah, we've just walked around pretty much all of Monaco. What did you think?
Amazing. And what did you think about Monaco and walking around the
good.
track after watching the race?
It was very long, much longer than I thought. All good. Is this the way to the train station? Who knows?
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. Maybe that way. We're walking down this very long corridor that earlier today we were stood in for 40 minutes trying to get back to the train station. It's now a lot clearer,
Thankfully.
as you can see. But yeah, no 40-minute wait this time. And that was our trip to Monaco over. Thank you for coming along. We were there for about 10 hours and did over 20,000 steps. But was it worth it? Absolutely. I don't think any self-respecting motorsports fan can avoid coming here. It's so synonymous with racing, or at least it is in my life. So coming here was almost a pilgrimage of sorts. Monaco itself is compact, walkable and packed with extreme contrast. You've got the royal history, modern luxury, the motorsport history, cliffside views, yachts, harbours, insanely expensive shops, all of it in one bite-sized country that you can absolutely do in a day. And remember, it's the only country in the world with just one train station, so jump on the TER from Nice and come visit. Speaking of Nice, we're heading back for some dinner now. We decided to try a cafe in the old town, followed by some rather amazing gelato from Finocchio. Over 100 flavours, including this rather delicious chocolate orange. And that's day 2 done. Thanks for coming along with us. If you've not already, please like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next video.